Yeah, I think that everyone's pretty excited, especially with this group because there's so many young girls in it. With the Irish girls being away, so there's a fair bit of anticipation, probably for the families as well. I'd say if there's any first caps coming down the line. So yeah, everyone's excited. I think when you've been training that long, you're always excited for the game anyway because training you can never really directly replicate it. So yeah, we're all in a good spot. We hope. But ask me again on Sunday. So yeah, look, with the nature of the women's AIL game in Munster, yes, you're always going to have a strong group from there, and a lot of girls who actually won Interpros with Munster before as well. So it probably works out quite well in the fact that a lot of the young girls have got, they've got girls to look up to, girls who've done it before. By the same token, we were fairly clear to the girls who've been there before that look, you have an extra job here, like, and to mind these girls coming through is pretty important as well if we talk about legacy and where we want to get the game to. So yes, there's a World Cup going on, but these girls still have a job to do as well. So hopefully they appreciate that, and we kind of we can deliver on that front as well. It was probably more the energy she shows around training with the other girls, young and old. She bridges a gap in some ways between the girls who've done a lot, and the girls who are brand new in, and she's just incredibly positive around the place. So look, there were probably two or three girls that we considered, and as it happens, we've brought them into the leadership roles as well. So she's the named captain, and I'm sure she'll do a great job. But she'll be fairly well supported as well when you see what personnel we've got. So yeah, it's very hard because firstly everyone's in the same boat with internationals missing, so everyone's a bit of an unknown quantity. But from what I hear is there's some very strong Connacht girls who would have played Irish twenties who will be back for this game that weren't in the friendly, and we're the same. So look, I think we're just going to focus on. It's just about performance for this week. Go as hard as we can, try and put things on the pitch that we've worked on in training, and then I guess we're just rolling the dice after that, and we'll see how they pitch up. And look, if it goes our way, great. But look, once we put a performance in, that's kind of where we're trying to head, and that's how we frame this season. Get that first one done, and then just keep improving from there every session and every game. So. Yeah, look, again, I was just saying earlier there, we've just with the amount of new young girls and like new to the scene, it's kind of really exciting to see what they're going to do. I'd say there's a fair amount of nerves if they're going to get called in for first caps, both them and the families, and look, just the fact that we've trained so much now that it's time to get on the pitch, and that's the fun part anyway. So there's something wrong if they're not excited. Yeah, yeah. So I think there's going to be some decisions made this week, and that might have knock-on effects on squads. But there's no doubt that the Irish coaches will be watching these Interpros. So if something hasn't gone somebody's way, they've got a series now to really try and kind of change somebody's mind or kick on or just prove something. Which ultimately, once they get to that level, um, you're coming down to a coach's perception and a bit of luck, and somebody else in your position maybe having an off day, or maybe they've had too many good days and it's just not falling your way. So you're kind of looking to tip the balance because I think it's so competitive at the very top end, and if we can give girls a platform to progress that way, or change some perceptions, then happy days. And if they can't, they need to realise it's important that they deliver for Munster anyway. So. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. So in previous experience, the girls they feed off the energy that you might get from the crowd, especially down there. And I've seen it before, and especially when there's games in the balance, and we've no idea how this could go. Again, we know so little about the opposition, and probably they're the same as us. It's kind of you're going to be trying to dig deep and find something somewhere to see if you can kick on a little bit. But look, hopefully there's a decent crowd there, and if there is, I'm sure I'm sure the girls will buy into that, and it becomes a two-way thing, and they feed off each other, and hopefully we get the momentum and give them something to cheer about. Then it might fall in our favour.